Hello, this is Annette with Project Refine Life. Welcome to my channel. This morning, I was looking at a video by Priscilla over at A Life Full of Simplicity. And immediately I saw this deck and I was like, oh my, I know it's not technically an oracle deck, but I really like it. I know what deck it'll work perfectly with, and I can make this work for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is 50 Plants That Heal, Discover Medicinal Plants. So as we turn it over, there's just a little description, and I'm not even going to try to read it because I don't have my glasses on. So I'm not even going to pretend that I can. Has the information by the text, who created the text, and who took the photos, but it's really light, so I can't read it right now. But I'll put all the descriptions on the bottom. And the box itself does not have little notch holes. So if you do get this deck, just be careful. Oh, look at that's pretty. It has that little peach color inside. I like this. Being that it's a plant deck, it's really nice since we're already utilizing resources to create the deck. It's nice that there's not a lot of plastic consumed in here. This was not wrapped in plastic. It was just the little tabs to hold the top to the bottom of the box. And so seeing that is very nice. Here's the little booklet. It's pretty light. So there's an introduction that tells you about the deck, and I'm not going to read that right now. How to use medicinal plants. So here it looks like the different ways that you can utilize a plant to make essential oils, elixirs, gels, compress, extracts, infusions, lotions, all kinds of neat things here, tinctures, powders. That's very nice. Okay, and here's a little list of the plants. Okay, so it's a quick little description. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, this is the healing properties of the plants. It doesn't state the plant itself, but it tells you, like, as far as an antiseptic by, okay, I'm going to try to read this. By helping to prevent the development of microbes, bacteria, virus, and microscopic fungi, these plants enable the body to fight infection, generally used externally, but can also be taken internally. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the cards. Oh, okay. This is interesting. I always find this amusing because I was very pleased that it didn't take up a lot of resources to package it. But then we have this, which if you just made the box a little bit smaller, we wouldn't need this. Therefore, reducing our use of products, right? Okay, that's just my take on that. Here's the cards. So let's see, take this off and let's just give it a quick comparison to a regular tarot deck. There we go. So quite a big difference, maybe a little bit bigger or about the same size as your typical oracle deck. So the front of the cards have the plants on them, and the back is how you would work with the plants. I kind of looked at it on Amazon, and I think this is going to work fine for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. as you can see, there are no descriptions on the cards or on the face of the cards as to what you're dealing with or a card number, because remember, this is not technically an oracle deck. But I saw the potential in this deck immediately, above and beyond using it as a quick reference as to the plant and how you can utilize the plant for healing methods and the benefits. So here it has the active ingredients, it has a description of the plant, looks like where it grows, how big it gets. It describes the plant itself, how you can recognize it. It shows the benefits. And if you're familiar with arnica, or rather, I should say, in a Mexican household, we always have this little balm, this little tincture of arnica. It's always in our household. So here's the benefits and then the methods, how to use it. And it's even telling you here to crush the leaves, flowers, and how to work with it. So that's pretty cool, how to make a little tincture. That's pretty nice. I do like that. But what I wanted this for is so that I can see how you use this plant. Let me just see. I'm going to find one of them in here. Let's see here. Let me look. I know you're going through this with me, guys, so I apologize, but this is just my opening of this. Let me see. Let me see. Oh my goodness, it doesn't have it in here. Okay, let me show you what I'm looking at. This is what I thought about using. So I have this particular book. Oh my goodness, how do I do this? I have this book on my Kindle, and I know I should have this in a hard copy, but this is all about the emotional use of essential oils. So how to deal with the emotional side of an oil. And I thought, well, I could utilize it like that. I have so many books on essential oils and how to use them. This particular book is one of my favorites, but I've had this on here for years, and I just, see, it was issued in 2013. And I know that there's a new edition available, so it probably has more plants involved here. But I thought if I could come here and look at one of these and then just try to match it up. Oh my goodness, why am I not finding anything within this? Let's see here. Thyme. Let's see, sandalwood. How about rosemary? Rosemary. Yes, thank goodness. Okay, so here's rosemary, one of my favorites. So as far as rosemary, I love working with rosemary on an emotional level for ancestral work and stuff like that. But if you go to one of these books, one of your essential oil type books, I'm going to click on rosemary. And what I like about this particular, oh, and of course I did not do that. Here we go. So this is the oil of knowledge and transition. So then I would read this and kind of get my feeling about how I could work with it on an emotional level. So emotions addressed, confusion, difficulty adjusting or transitioning, ignorance, difficulties with learning. And then it tells you companion oils as well. I don't know. I just thought, what a cool way to work with this particular deck. And I already had a deck in mind in order to work with it. So this was cool because I thought, for one, I love the black background on it. Most of the decks that have essential oils usually have a very light or white background. And this one, I just love how it shows all of the elements of the plant. You know, they kind of like dissect the plant in a sense. Like here, this one is almond. So you can see the fruit of the plant, you can see the flower, they've cut the flower in half, they show the branch, all of these elements of the plant itself. So one thing that I have that is very close to it, and I thought, well, it would kind of compete with this, but not really. So this is my very special Dirt Gems Plant Oracle Deck and Guidebook. And you know, I don't know if they're going to reprint this deck or not, but they're at the last of their stock on this deck, and I don't know what their plans are. So if you've ever been tempted, now might be the time to look into this deck. So this is one of my most favorite plant decks because This plant deck, the dirt gems that is all about utilizing it on a spiritual level, not for harvesting and stuff like that. So that's why I really love this deck. And again, you have that stark black background. So I could use these two together. So when it says here, companion oils, oregano, frankincense, myrrh, and anti-aging blend. So when it's referring to the anti-aging blend, that's actually referring to a doTERRA essential oil. But it tells you the ingredients that are used, so you could make your own essential oil for it. However, I just thought that maybe I could utilize it in that sense where I kind of bring these two together. But above and beyond that, one of the decks, or the deck that absolutely came to mind when I saw this, is this deck. And this is the Tarot of the Drowning World. Now, this deck is absolutely stunning, but pairing it up, like I've paired it up with the Supra deck, the Supra Oracle, and it works beautifully with that because it just kind of matches in. But look at, guys, this is what I was thinking of. This deck right here is just such a beauty, but if you can see, it's been a little difficult to pair up, and this is exactly what I wanted for it. So if I'm going to be using this deck for the emotional standpoint of the plant, how to work with the plant alongside the Tarot of the Drowning World, and I'm already excited, guys, because I can see very clearly how I will utilize these together. These are absolutely stunning. This is exactly what I wanted. So I have a lot of references as far as working with essential oils and working with plants and their emotional use. So if you have a lot of books or things that you can utilize in that respect to kind of tie in those emotional uses for this deck, this might be something you just might want to consider. Now, they also, the creators of this deck, have a book which is called 100 Plants That Heal. I will insert a link for both the Emotions and Essential Oils book plus the book that goes along, well, it doesn't go along with this deck because that's 100 plants and this is 50. However, I am kind of curious as to the exact details within this book and to see if it gives any more information on the plants as far as emotional uses, because that would be like a direct hit for this if that is the case. I'm not quite sure, but I think this in itself is enough for me to work with as far as using the emotions that are tied to this plant along with the readings that are going to come off of the Tarot of the Drowning World. And as you can see, look at them. They are stunning together. This is exactly what I was looking for. I was so excited when I saw it on Priscilla's channel because I knew that this is exactly what I was looking for, to combine the readings with this deck with emotional uses of plants, because this is such a plant-based tarot deck. So this just made sense. This deck to me, like, it is such a stunning and beautiful deck. And you know what? I have this absolutely backwards. I am so sorry. One thing that I love about this, oh no, it was just a couple there, is like this little setup of like almost altars. So if you saw my decks that with borders that I love, this is kind of set up in that manner. But this is a very emotionally, but yet it's kind of stark in a sense. So it's hitting all these feels when you're using the Tarot of the Drowning World, and then you can tie it in with the emotional uses or how you would heal somebody with this deck right here. And they look absolutely beautiful together. So I hope that I explained this correctly. I'm sure that there's more decks that are going to work with this. One that I know right away that will look stunning with this is, of course, which is perfect. Again, another deck that'll be perfect with it is the Narrative Alchemy Tarot by Chrissy Bentley. And this will be an emotionally charged reading, because you can use these groundwords, these keywords, or you can use the tarot meaning and then combine it with the emotional healing, and again, maybe tie it into the chakra type meanings as well. I think these are going to be absolutely wonderful together as well. So I hope I didn't confuse you, and I hope I got my point out correctly, because I was really excited about this deck when I saw it. I think it's going to be a beautiful addition to my collection of cards, and it is a little thicker. It is a little bit bigger as far as the deck size is concerned. But remember, this is not an oracle deck. This is a card deck that I thought could be used beautifully as an oracle deck. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you later.